Alright, so welcome back to part 2 of the I Like You remake. So in the last video we covered the intro and the verse, which was just a really short kind of section of the song, but I'll quickly show you guys the result of that video now, and then we'll head into the chorus after that.
So tell me things that excite you, 'cause I wanna know. I think a lot like you, I should let you know. Yeah, I like you.
Alright, let's dive into the production on the drop and start things off with the bass line here. So this is the bass MIDI we've got on the chorus. Pretty straightforward, there's no shuffle, swing kind of going on, it's all on the grid stuff. Our first preset is a lonely preset, which is the same as what we used in the last part. And so this is how that first preset sounds. We've then got this Love preset here from Car Music Vol.1, which is adding so much top end. That's followed by this layer here called Advance. Again, we're getting a lot more kind of distorted energy, aggression, I suppose, coming from this sound. And then finally, we've got this bass sound called Wander, which is the final layer to kind of make this whole bass. So let's take a quick look at the processing on this. So we're starting with a CLA compressor. Quite heavy, controlled compression, probably about -5 dB on average, and this is just sort of grabbing all of the aggressive transients, but also bringing out the sort of softer bits of the bass and leveling it all up a bit more. We then have this reverb, which is being automated to create like a reverse / swelling kind of bass sound. And then we've got this really light reverb here, which is kind of putting the whole bass line in like an atmosphere, I suppose. It's really subtle. And then a little bit of EQ to kind of tonally adjust the sound a little bit, because there's some frequencies here that were kind of closer to the original, so I wanted to boost those and just dip a bit of the low bass or high bass kind of area. And then finally we've got some kickstart. We're using the classic chain, so this is a bit more suction than your like normal 3-punch preset. It's a bit tighter. So next up we've got some womp sounds, which are being used to sort of fill in between bits here. So the MIDI is really straightforward. It's just a C note, and this is how it sounds. And the preset I'm using to do this is a womp called Womp Breaking from Car Music Vol.3. So here it is in situ with the rest of the bass. So now it's time to add some drums, and starting with this kick here from Car Music Vol.4. This is a really clean kick. It's got the perfect kind of character to emulate the original. We're then following that with these claps here, which are from Car Music Vol.4. Same ones as the previous part, so just kind of copying them over. Drum processing, super simple on this. I've just put some CLA compressor to kind of tame the claps and kicks. So there's also these really subtle fills which are being played just twice basically on the drop, and this is how they sound. We've then got a really subtle noise stab as well, which just comes in right before the second half of the drop. And then right as we approach the end of the drop, we've got this sweep again, which we used in the previous part, just to again tie up this whole section. And then to finish that off, I'm using Endless Smile to really drown out the whole song right at the end here. And it's just getting rid of all the low end and just adding a load of reverb. So there we go, that's a wrap for the I Like You remake. And if you want me to like you, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe so you don't miss our next videos. As always, drop your suggestions down below. We'll check all those in the future videos. And let's go and take a quick listen back to what we did in the last 2 videos.
I think a lot like you, I should let you know. So tell me things that excite you, 'cause I wanna know. I